Before I get started into this very important lecture, I just want to take a moment to thank all of my supporters and everyone for supporting my YouTube channel. You know, my channel is over 5 years old. My channel has been monetized for 3 years, but, you know, I would not be where I'm at today as a content creator without all of my supporters. So with that being said, let's get on down to today's lecture, which is, do you have these two very important life skills to navigate through life? And I'm going to talk about and elaborate these two specific life simple skills. You know, I don't care how much technology in this world that we have, you need to have these skills. And what motivated this lecture, a couple of weeks ago, I was at the post office and I purchased a money order. And a money order is one of those life skills that I'm going to talk about. And what struck me odd when I purchased the money order, the post office clerk stopped and paused and asked me, do you need instructions on how to fill out the money order? And I'm like, instructions? That's weird. And this is the receipt part of my money order. And I'm thinking, and then the clerk went on to tell me, the reason why I'm asking you, do you need instructions and help on how to fill out a money order? Because, you know, this clerk went on to say that what he's noticing on a large scale, especially for whatever reason, you know, people in their 20s or 30s or whatever, I don't care how old you are, you need these life skills. You know, they literally, if they have to come in and purchase a money order, they'll purchase the money order, and then the person will literally be lost. The clerk told me that individual will be lost, literally do not know how to fill it out. And the clerk was telling me just on so many cases, he would have to literally show the person how to fill out a money order, something that is so, hold on for a second, cut this off. Something that is so, should be very, very basic. And, you know, I have always throughout my life for various different reasons, going way back as far when I was in the military, way in the late 80s, all the way up until now, for various reasons, I will have to get a money order. And you fill it out. On the money order, it's gonna literally an area for you to put who the money order is to, who the name of the person, that address on who you're sending this money order, and fill it out. There's another area on any money order, I just got the receipt part, where it's gonna have, and who is it from? The who is it from is you. And you write your doggone name down. And then after you write your name down, you write your address. And you from means you, it's from you. And that clerk literally told me that he had to literally break it down to various people who will come to the post office and purchase a money order, and literally have to break it down in basic 101 elementary language on the to is who you're sending it to. You write that person name down or that business name down. And then you write the address down under the full address. In the from area, that's you. Then you write your information down. And there's an area on the money order, it's going to have like a memo, the purpose of the money order. So you ain't got to be long and drawn out, just like I did some of the money order to re-credential one of my clinical credentials. So the memo part was credential renewal. And that is how you fill out a money order. And when you get done with that part, the top part of the money order, which is the customer receipt, fill that out. Because on the customer receipt, it's an area on here where it's asking you, pay to, you're going to go through that same thing again. Pay to is who are you filling this money order out to? You're going to write their name down and the address. Keep this thing simple. And then at the bottom of the receipt part, it's going to have the date, the post office number, and the amount. And then you rip that part off for your record. Because I had to renew my clinical credentials was the business write-off. So this powerful receipt will serve a couple of purposes. When I get ready to file my personal and business taxes for 2025, I'm going to turn this over to my CPA. Because anything that I spend to renew my professional credential, even though I'm retired, I still make money under my company utilizing my credential. So, and also another purpose of this receipt, because this has happened to me before plenty of times throughout my life, for whatever reason, if the package get lost, that means the stakeholder never got it. That means if they ain't got the package, they ain't got the money order. And bottom line. So when you do your due diligence and research and find out if that mail got lost with the money order in it, no problem, because you kept your receipt, and then you go through the process to fill out a form for a lost money order, so they will replace the money order. I mean, bottom line, people, this is basic skills 101. I don't care how much technology we have in this world. People are still purchasing money orders every single day of all ages. There's a purpose for money orders. It's excellent records you're tracking, and you're behind need to know how to fill out a money order. Bottom line. And I swear, and I've had this conversation before, I'm telling you, technology is making some people dumb. You know, you're powerful when you can merge, like somebody like me or old woman who can merge technology with 101 life skills, people. Because there's been plenty of times in the here and now, in 2026, in 2025, I had to use my life skills that I have acquired throughout my life to survive. For example, when your power go off, you still got to survive. My power went out the other day. The power company had to get it ready. No problem, because I have life skills that ain't going to stop me from being able to live comfortable in my home using them skills, baby. Anybody who's a survivalist know you always have batteries on hand, candles on hand, that myelin blanket on hand, your first aid kit in hand, your MREs on hand, life skills, baby. Rather, the power is on or off. Enough is enough. Because I'm telling you, a lot of this technology for some people is making them dumb. They're no longer thinking. They can't even fill out a money order. They can't even parallel park. And another life skill you're behind need to have. Yeah, I'm keeping it real. I ain't here to sugarcoat nothing. Everybody know how I get down. When I get in front of these cameras with my thought-provoking, conscious raisins, lecture, useful information, I'm here to get down to business. You know, I want to thank everybody who's listening to this live stream. Everybody know how I flow. I ain't going back and forth engaging in the chat, but I do want to thank my listeners, because one of the reasons I don't do that, because when I get in front of these cameras, everything I say is going to be useful information that ties into the mission, goals, and objective of my channel. I'm going to thank everybody. I'm going to sign off, and then I'm going to move on with the rest of my day. Cameras ain't rolling on me 24/7. Another life skill people behind need to have is, yeah, you still need a checkbook. Yeah, you still need a checkbook. And the purpose of this is carte blanche. Number one, that banking institution, they have already verified who you are. There's some reasons why you still, well, you need a checkbook so you can have a check. Then the problem with a lot of people is they don't have the basic skills to know how to fill out a check. I was talking to a young lady a couple of weeks ago, and she literally told me, because of the age of she was a computer baby. It don't matter. Don't matter when you was born. You need these skills. She has no knowledge. This somebody in their late 20s, early 30s, has no knowledge on how to fill out a check. No knowledge. This is clueless to her. She admitted it. That's no excuse. You know, you got people in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s don't even know how to fill out a check. This is basic life skills 101. You know, stakeholders For real, if you want to have money hitting your checking account, you got to have a checking account in order to use some checks. There's many reasons where I have had to write checks to myself if I want to move money from a different account and keep it simple. So let me give you a tutorial on how to fill out a check rule. On any check, especially if it's in your name, it's going to have your name on the top left, your demographics. And then it's going to have a line over there to write the date that you're writing the check. Say, for example, March 2nd, 2026. And then on that check, there's an area rule where it's going to ask you, pay to the order of. When you see pay to the order of, that means in everyday language, who are you writing this check to? Pay to the order of means the person of the stakeholder, and you write down the name of who are you writing this check to. That baffles a lot of people, for real. I've had many people come to me and ask me, can you show me how to do this? Really? Can you show me how what goes where? So pay to the order of is, say for example, I had to write a check. I wrote a money order. I wrote checks to re-credential. So when it paid to the order to, I'm going to write the name of the credentialing board that governs my credential. That's who go there. And then on the second line of the check, this is where many people are lost. On the second line, you got to write the amount that the check is for. So if you're writing a check for $122.00, you are going to have to write in $122.00/cents and take that line all the way to the dollar point on that check. That is how you write a check. That part there will have lost many people who don't have these basic life skills. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 or older. I met many people in my journey who don't have these basic life skills. I got a daughter 32 years old, and you better believe her mother educated her and gave her the foundation of these life skills. Real talk, people. And then on that check, we go basic life skills 101 is on the far left of the check. On the far left of the check, it's going to literally ask for in a line. It's basically, what is the check for? And on that line to the far left, you are going to write, it could be for to pay the light bill. It can be for the re-credential. It can be for a down payment on a home or whatever. Write it down. Write it down. Just write what it's for. And then on the far right of this check, that many people don't have these basic skills, I'm keeping it simple. On the far right of the check, you're going to sign your name. Marie Holiday. Sign a signature. Sign your name. Marie Holiday. But the problem is, many people, because they ain't got those basic skills 101, have no clue on how to sign. They don't know how to document the signature. I'm like blown away. They literally don't have the skills, because we all know in the here and now, they took out how to write e-cursive in the schools. But as leaders, as parents, teach your child how to sign. Teach your child how to write e-cursive, because I don't care how much technology in the world, when it comes to real business people, I've been on this earth long enough. I'm interfacing with companies every day because I still make money under my credential. I interface with stakeholders to confer contracts on an ongoing basis. And when they execute that contract, you know what? All of them are asking me, we need you to sign your signature. We need for you to sign this check. We need for you to sign this document. Anything that you get notarized, they want to, you got to sign your signature. Basic skills 101, people. But what's happening is, and I've had many conversations, what's happening is, you know, many people are becoming dumbed down because of all of this technology. You can go to any business establishment in the world when we're talking about real business people. When you're dealing with stakeholders, they're going to verify your ID. You got to have a driver's license. And and you're gonna have to sign some documents. They ain't talking about no screenshot. No, they ain't talking about all that. You're gonna have to sign that document in their presence to execute that contract. Rather it's getting a house or a home or an apartment or any kind of real legitimate job. You gotta be able to sign, and you're gonna have to be able to verify who you are. And this is just basic life skills 101. That we should always be able to fall back on at any given time, just in case if the power goes out, the internet goes out, your computer crash, because it will. Then it don't matter, because you should be able to fall back on your life skills and navigate in any aspects of life. Real talk, people. I'm here to tell you. So again, share this information. I want to thank all of my supporters, my holders, my sponsors for supporting my channel. You know, my channel truly will not be where it's at today without, number one, without God. And I'm going to give all praise and grace and glory to God for giving me the knowledge, the skills, and the ability and the passion to impart my knowledge onto the world. This channel will outlive me. And like I said, when I get in front of cameras, people, especially on my lectures, you know, I have well over 10,000 plus videos in my catalog. Combination of live stream, shorts, lectures, a combination of a lot of things, but that's a lot of work. And I want to give all thanks to God for giving me the strength to produce my 10,000 plus video catalog. I want to thank all of my supporters. I want to thank all my viewers. I want to thank all my brand deals. And most importantly, I want to give grace and glory to God, because none of this will not be possible without God. And I'm going to always give grace to God. I can clearly remember, and I don't even keep counting more. I can clearly remember like it was yesterday when my channel only had 2 subscribers. I got well over 400. I don't even keep count anymore. I can remember when I had 2 subscribers. And I'm going to tell you who those 2 subscribers were: me and my daughter. That was it. I had 2 subscribers on my channel. I would look at that process to get monetized, and I said, you know, in the rural, this channel will ever monetize. Because back then, the criteria was you need 1,000 subscribers and you needed 4,000 watch hours within a 365-day time frame. And I said, and it took me a year to get 100. It took me a solid year to get 100 subscribers. And I said, ain't no way in this world I'm going to ever get monetized. But when I got myself out the way and turned it over to God, I moved me out of the way and let God use me as a tool to utilize my knowledge and my skills and my passion to impart this knowledge onto the world and to give glory to Him, to keep Him first. Then before I looked up, and my channel was in a whole nother stratosphere of people. And that's where it's all about. When you put God first, don't worry about money. Don't worry about subscribers and views. No, when you put God first and have faith in God, God will put your channel in a stratosphere as long as you put Him first. And the rest is history. So again, I want to give all thanks and glory to God. I want to thank everyone for listening in on this channel in terms of, do you have the 2 basic, powerful life skills in terms of how to write a check and in terms of how to fill out a money order? Because I don't care what nobody say. You know, when you're dealing with real business, they want to know that you got these life skills, especially when it comes down to signing an executed contract. That's all I have. Simplify, Simple Fidelis, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.